The cycle turns. The feast continues. Welcome back to the work of the God who eats. We tend to see a tree as a monument to a single long life, a story told in its rings. But the oldest wisdom lies not in resistance, but in surrender. After a century of standing tall, a tree teaches its greatest lesson. When it finally yields and a solitary life is transformed into a symphony, a sanctuary for the countless lives that follow. This poem is the story of that sacred journey, from the fall to the surrender to the symphony. The Tree's Journey, Part 1, The Fall. What a sweet relief death must be to the old moribund tree that sits on the cliff overlooking the sea, as it takes its last breath and absorbs its last rays of sun. As the last ruminant rummages at its base, it ruminates on its past and its long-gone days, the seasons that it's weathered and the suns that it's helped raise. Its rings tell stories of drought and rain, of lightning strikes and healing pain, of birds that nested in its spreading crown, of winds that bent but never broke it down. The mycelia have long embraced its roots, whispering secrets of earth and truth, patient fungi waiting for their turn to help the tree to soil return. As the rocks of the cliff that overlook the sea erode and crumble underneath this old moribund tree, as it falls to its death at the hands of the sea, it thinks to itself, what a sweet relief death must be. Part 2, The Surrender. What fierce beauty this transformation must be to the old fallen tree that yields to the depths of the consuming sea, as salt and time and creature unmake what once stood tall, as barnacles drill into bark once impenetrable. It surrenders its boundaries without regret or fable. The structures dissolve and the atoms find new tables. Its heartwood now hosts colonies of worms that bore, microbes dismantling what centuries swore to hold together against wind and storm, now purposefully undone in nature's efficient form. The ocean shows no sentiment for what it was before, every molecule claimed, every fiber explored. Perfect systems working with precision to complete the cycle with unflinching decision. Nothing wasted, nothing mourned, nothing truly gone, just matter rearranged when day is done. Each piece repurposed with exquisite care, in nature's economy beyond compare. As the currents of time that reshape all things flow relentlessly through this old surrendered tree, as it's claimed by the depths of the unsentimental sea, it becomes the lesson, what fierce beauty this transformation must be. Part 3, The Symphony. I live in this beautiful decomposing thing that sits in the perfect spot at the bottom of the sea, that cradles countless creatures just like me, as currents rock us gently in our underwater sanctuary. The barnacles have claimed the outer bark as throne, anchored to the surface, making it their own. The generations they will birth, and all the life they'll grow. A family of crabs skitters across decaying limbs, their claws picking at algae's slippery fringe. This feast, they whisper, will sustain our clan, from smallest larva to our eldest grand. Beneath the surface where no eyes can see, bacteria and fungi work in harmony, breaking complex molecules into simpler forms, feeding all who gather in this underwater dorm. Small fish dart between the branches seeking prey, while worms create tunnels where heartwood gives way. Each creature playing its part in the grand design, no director needed, yet perfectly aligned. I remember when it fell, the ancient barnacle speaks, the splash, the slow descent, the creaking as it meets, the sandy bottom where we waited, knowing what would come, a gift from the land to sea, a feast for everyone. We are not separate, though different we may be, each borrowing what we need from this generous tree. Tomorrow I may feed another mouth instead, and so the cycle turns forward, never dead. And I live in this beautiful decomposing thing that sits in the perfect spot at the bottom of the sea, that cradles countless creatures just like me, as currents rock us gently in our underwater sanctuary.